What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon Da Vinci, leader of the Renaissance Crew, and you're watching Da Vinci Reacts. Now, I recently did a reaction to epic rap battle of history. Off the top of my head, I kind of forgot what it was, though, to tell the truth. I might have to go back and remind myself of what that video was that I watched. But it was their most recent one. But this is a rather older video, not very old, but still part of this same season. This is Theodore Roosevelt versus Winston Churchill. Now, this is something that, out of all the new videos, I had to go ahead and click on, because sometimes they have some good stuff, sometimes they have some stupid stuff. Like, I don't give a damn about Bruce Jenner versus Bruce Banner. That's stupid to me. I don't give a damn about McDonald's versus Burger King. I don't give a damn about Stevie Wonder versus Wonder Woman. If they had Stevie Wonder versus some other musician, then okay, that might be interesting. But I don't know. Sometimes it seems like they just throw stuff together just for the sake of throwing stuff together. But this would be interesting because I can see both of them having some very good barbs in this song. Winston Churchill is somebody that's known for like legendary sayings and being able to put words together in a way that just makes anything seem badass but also sophisticated at the same time. And Theodore Roosevelt was just somebody that was just straight up savage. If somebody can get shot, still get up with the bullet still in their chest and continue with their speech and get done with the speech before they even bother taking any type of medical assistance for it at all, then you know they're a goddamn badass. Right? When an assassination attempt is something that you just brush off and continue to do your damn State of the Union or whatever they were called at the time. But both of these guys are legendary figures in American and English history. So let's go ahead and check this out and see what type of stuff they got to say to each other.
Winston Churchill! Winston! Theodore Roosevelt! Bully, a challenge! I love competition! Now where would I mount the stuffed head of a Winston? I'm into fitness, digging ditches through an isthmus, rough riding down a Cuba line. What's up, bitches? I keep my rhymes pure like my food and drugs. I'm an American stock, and you're the British Alma Five. I mean, for Christ's sake, look at that mug! At least grow a spruce mustache and cover part of it up! And let's face it, you're not all that great! You tossed away lives in Gallipoli like they were scraps off your plate. Your whole miserable country is the size of one state! And see my way to running that without donning my pants? Now go toe-to-toe with me, you bloated, drunk old man! Why don't you do-si-do on over to a 12-step program? Must the trust fund lush with my American muscle to walk softly over here and give my big stick a suckle. Pass me a cigar and a large glass of brandy. I'm about to take you out prematurely, like your family. I'm the rhyme minister, fresh in a hat and dinner jacket. You look like a mix of Epic Lloyd and a Pringles packet.
Oh, that's cheating.
I was saving the planet from an axis of darkness while you were back home opening national parks. You were born asthmatic, you're going to choke hard while I wake up every day and chain smoke cigars. I'll fight you on the beaches, I'll fight you on the beaches. Anywhere you want to fight, I'll fight you and I'll beat you. See, I might be battling you even though I'm toasted, but tomorrow I'll be sober and you'll still be roasted. My parents died when they were young and it was morbid, but at least they didn't ditch me when they were alive like yours did. Oh shit, World War II soon. Well, Teddy's dropping bombs, so you best go, hadn't you too? You should be ashamed of your military honor. Everyone knows you're back at home, like thank God for Pearl Harbor. The US will give you a pass. Just change your poster to keep calm and kiss my cousin's ass.
Ooh.
Teddy there?
Ooh.
I don't think it's very fair for a British bulldog to melee with a teddy bear.
Oh.
You're no man, you're an overgrown Boy Scout. I should stuff you in a pram just so you can throw your toys out. Then put your fat head on a mountain to save face. But if Rushmore was a band, then you'd play bass. The dude's about to lose the bout to Churchill. A bullet to the chest won't stop you. My words will. A bullet can't stop the bull moose. CR will give WC the full deuce. Whatever shit you throw at me, I'll just return to sender. I'll battle to the end and I will never surrender. Oh, whoa. Oh,
That was just epic. See, I kind of don't want to pick a winner on that one because both the dudes were just straight up badass. So, like, I'm trying to figure out Okay, now I got to get real nitpicky with this. So I'd probably end up going with Winston Churchill because he had a couple of them that were like hard, and even though Teddy Roosevelt did answer back and like address it, he didn't address it really in a way that like that stung his heart. He just kind of like, oh, well, if for your information, this is what happened. Like it didn't really have that sting to it, but they both had some great lines, many great references. Oh man, I'd probably just give it to Winston to tell the truth, but it was close. It was close as hell. I could probably lean one way or the other, no matter like. It depends on which way the wind blows. I can go for either side. Now, I noticed the thing with the Mount Rushmore and everything. I remember studying about that, and I believe they said that the reason why Theodore Roosevelt is on there because when you look at it, it kind of is out of place because you have like Washington, which is obvious, first president. You have Jefferson, creator of the Declaration of Independence, and then you have Abraham Lincoln, who kept the Union together and freed the slaves. But then you have Theodore Roosevelt, and Theodore Roosevelt was known for what really, like Panama, battling Cuba, national parks, environment, like things like that. Not really on the same level as the other two. And from what I've heard, I believe they said that the person who constructed the Mount Rushmore was friends in a way with Theodore Roosevelt, and that's kind of why he put him up there. But when I think about it, who would be the person to fit on that Mount Rushmore? Like, who would be the most fitting? If it was created at that time, I'm not talking about going and looking at presidents in the future, but who at that particular time, when that monument was created, who would be the fourth person? And I'm trying to figure out who exactly would it be because I do not know. I really don't know. Maybe Ulysses S. Grant? Would that make sense? I mean, you can always go the non-conventional way and just put Benjamin Franklin up there. He would fit, even though he wasn't a president. Hey, look, I'm rhyming. I could be in an epic rap battle my damn self. But either way, the barb about England saying thank God for Pearl Harbor. From what I understand, England were some pretty goddamn badass people at the time. They were getting bombarded like every which way by Germany, and they didn't really give a fuck. They kind of just brushed it off like, hey, don't bring that shit over here though, because if you do, you know what the problem is. You can keep sending those planes and dropping those bombs, but you know goddamn well what would happen if you stepped your little, I forgot the name of the military unit for Germany. It started with a W. I'm not good with German words, but you know what will happen if you stepped your ass into this goddamn aisle. You'll see what the hell happens. But either way, America are some badasses. The UK are some badasses. Europe, in general, is some pretty badasses. There's a lot of badass people. Just throughout history, there's a lot of badass people in every single continent, in every single country. You go to some specific period in time, there was a badass that was running some stuff in that area. So these are just two people that were somewhat around the same time. Not necessarily, but they were pretty close. And they're very similar as far as like personalities. I would say that Theodore Roosevelt was more of an outdoorsman, whereas I see Winston Churchill being more of a person that was more like to himself and spent most of his time inside. But as far as their actual personalities are concerned, I would see them being very similar. Now I know I know Winston Churchill has a lot of bad recent history, or not recent history, but bad undiscovered. Was it undiscovered? He has some very unfavorable opinions about other types of people, which, I mean, at the time, I will understand that people thought that way, but it's still wrong. So it's like, do you give the person an exception while at the same time understanding that you're still fucking wrong? I don't know, but either way, two prominent figures in history, two people that should be remembered for the contributions they did in times that were very dire. Theodore Roosevelt, he was kind of I don't really remember how the economy was when he inherited it, but he ran it pretty damn well. And, you know, Winston Churchill, obviously, one of the darkest times in not American history. Well, I guess technically one of the darkest times in American history, but one of the darkest times in world history. He stepped up. I mean, we could be having a rap battle between Theodore Roosevelt and Neville Chamberlain if this dude didn't, like, do his goddamn... I think Neville Chamberlain kind of impacts Winston Churchill's legacy a little bit more because of how much of a failure his plans were compared to Winston. I think it kind of elevates it because it's like a contrast. You see, it's like having that ugly friend that around you all the time, and it makes you automatically look better than you would normally consider yourself to look because you're around the ugly friend. But anyway, that's this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. I will have a link for Epic Rap Battles video at the end of this video, so somewhere around here it should pop up. You'll see an icon for their channel. Click on it, it'll take you to their channel. You can watch their videos, subscribe, all the good stuff. I always encourage you guys to watch the original video before you watch the reaction, which is something I should have said before I did the reaction. But either way, there's a link in the description box down below if you want to watch the original video without me talking or anything like that. So be sure to go ahead and do that so you can give the original content creator a view and they can continue to make these videos. But I'm Devon Da Vinci, you just been enlightened, and I'm going to go ahead and move on. So I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, and I'm signing out. Deuces.